Dream Team? It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with American's shocking first experience in a German hospital. Having a baby, price, medication, etc. This is a longer video, so we are going to break it into two parts. I'm excited to jump in. Before we do, make sure you subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. Let's do this.
Doctors wouldn't deliver our baby. The German government refused to allow us to name our baby what we wanted, and German hospital food. Yep, this is what it's like having—
What do you mean they refused to allow you to name your baby what you wanted? Well, what you mean?
Eat what we wanted, and German hospital food. Yep, this is what it's like having a baby in Germany.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. I am Donnie.
And I'm Aubrey.
And we are two Americans currently living in Germany, but now we are three sharing all of our experiences living and traveling throughout Europe. There have been a lot of changes in our household. But of course, not just my new haircut. The even bigger change is the fact that we are now passport 3. And don't worry, Aubrey's mom has been here for the last 6 weeks helping us adjust, and she is watching our little baby for the moment while we film this video. And boy, do we have a lot to fill you guys in on. It has been a wild ride having a baby in a foreign country, and today we wanted to take a moment to share with you guys about our experience of doing so. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about today in our video. In Germany, having a baby. Is it different, maybe? No, it definitely is different.
So this is our first baby. So obviously we don't have personal experiences with having a baby in the US that we can compare to, but a lot of our family and friends have had babies in the US whose lives we have been very involved in, so we do have a good idea of what it's like. Also, this is our personal experience in our very specific part of Germany and hospital. So this isn't how everybody's birthing experience is in Germany, but we'd be really interested in knowing all of your thoughts in the comments below and maybe how some of your experiences compare to ours.
So we've actually already done a video before we gave birth that was kind of our experience of being pregnant in Germany. And one of the big things that we talked about, a difference between the US and Germany, and that is the use of midwives. And over on Instagram, we asked our followers if they had any questions about our process of having a baby in Germany. And one of the questions that we got was on this subject. First, congratulations. I've heard midwives deliver the baby in Germany. Was this true for you?
So yes, this was true. We went through 3 different shifts of midwives. It was a long delivery.
When the actual delivery moment was happening, we had just one single midwife in the room with us, and then she actually was even coaching Aubrey along and then would leave the room for a little bit, and we were just left alone in the room, which kind of was scary for us, not ever having a baby before. Yeah. But then she would come back. She just knew that she wasn't quite to the point where I was actually gonna have to try to catch a baby, I guess. So then she would come back and check and then leave and come back. Then whenever the midwife realized that, okay, it's time for the baby to actually come, she called a gynecologist on the phone, and he came, and then he basically just sat on the side. And that was something that we had seen online, that in Germany, midwives are the ones that deliver the babies, and doctors aren't even allowed to deliver a baby unless a midwife is overseeing them. And that was very true in this moment, because the doctor, he just sat off to the side and just observed and then helped whenever the midwife needed help. Otherwise, she was completely in control the entire time.
And then he just checked me afterwards. But
that's very interesting. And I think that's cool. If you ask me, I think that's cool that, know what I'm saying, the midwives do the delivering because, yeah. And then the doctors, know what I'm saying? But the doctor's there just in case the midwives need help, just in case there's any problems going on. Doctor's there, but midwives do the delivery while the doctors sit on the side. I think I actually like that.
That's different than in the States. Usually in the States, your particular doctor, your OBGYN, will be the one who delivers your babies with you, usually the whole time.
You almost build this relationship with your doctor before you go into labor. And then whenever you're actually delivering the baby, they are there to see you through till the end. And so that was one thing that we were kind of anxious about in Germany, since we're kind of used to that happening in the US with our family and friends. We were hoping at least we've adopted the German midwife process and doing that before the baby. So maybe that midwife would be the one that actually delivered the baby, and that was an option for us. We could have paid a little bit extra to reserve her to get her to come and do that. But overall, it doesn't seem like it's very common in Germany to have that happen. So she was there at the beginning of the labor, but then just as the rotation of midwives went through, she left and she wasn't actually the one that delivered it, which was kind of a unique difference for us. But I think from what I hear in the US, like my sister having a baby and our friends having babies, it does seem like in the US, there typically are nurses and doctors, very rarely a midwife, unless you specifically ask for one. And it does seem like there's gonna be a lot more people in the room rather than just one midwife. And then later a doctor. But I don't really know that for sure. So leave your experiences in the comments below if these are the same experiences that you had, but that was our experience. And along those lines, another question that we had on Instagram was, congrats, were you both emotionally respected and were you able to go through with your birth plan?
This was something I was very nervous about. I just was not sure if being in a different culture, if they were gonna have different customs or expectations and things that I was gonna be just really not like, but they really were really great. Everyone respected my wishes very well. I did want an epidural and they were very cool with that. I had heard some mixed things online that in Germany, it is less common here than in the States. And I had heard some people say that they're pretty hesitant to do that, but they were very like, okay, sure, no problem. So that was really good.
I think there was a lot of times that we had to kind of advocate for ourselves and specifically ask for things, but also they were really good during the actual delivery of coming in offering different like ways of giving birth.
Yeah, and different pain management and things. So they were really great about that.
So I think we had a birth plan kind of generally what we wanted. Like in our head, we had it like our midwife would do the delivery, but that didn't end up happening, which was fine. But also there's other things that we had like an idea of what we might like, but truly with our first baby, I think we don't really know exactly what we're gonna want in the moment. And I think that was a great aspect of the midwives in the hospital. They were good at bringing options to us about, do you wanna lay in the bed? Do you wanna change positions? Do you want to like go stand on the wall and hold little poles on the wall? Do they wanna bring a bath in and do like a bath birth? All of that was options during the delivery and all.
That's legit so dope that they were giving all these options. Like, I think that's completely awesome. I don't know how it is here in America. Like, I have nieces, I have nephews, I've had siblings who've had kids, but like, I've just been in the waiting room the whole time, so I didn't know. I've never been in the room and to hear what the process is like, if you're given options, ask for epidural, all of these things. So like, although I've had nieces and nephews and I've been at the hospital when they were born, I was in the waiting room and I just waited for them to be born. I had nothing to do with asking anybody anything or knowing anything. I now have my first kid on the way. We're 9 weeks. And so in about 6-7 months, I'm going to know more info on how it works in the U.S. because I'll actually go through it all with my amazing girlfriend. So I feel like I'll be more informed on this topic.
All that was presented to us.
Yeah, I liked having all those options. And from our understanding of telling other people about that, that's not how it is in just a hospital in the States. Like I told my mom about all those different options and she was just blown away that that was just there in the hospital as an option. Our next question is, did you choose/get a family room? Yes, we did get a family room, and our understanding is that we were pretty lucky to be able to, that if the hospital was crowded and there were a lot of women giving birth, that I may have had to share a room with another woman and Donnie wouldn't get to stay, but luckily there were not very many people there whenever we were there, and so we got to have a whole room to ourselves.
So for those of you that maybe don't know what a family room is,
that would kind of sting. I feel like I'd be upset like if I couldn't stay in there while they, not saying I want to see the birth happen, don't want to, but if I could be up around the head, holding hand, emotional support, just be there. I want to be in the room. You feel me? So it would suck if I couldn't necessarily be in the room. But it's dope that the hospital wasn't too busy. He got to be in there with it the whole time. That's awesome.
Basically, it's just a room that after the delivery, they move you into that is just a room for just ourselves. They pulled 2 beds together so that we could be in there, and then they brought in a little bassinet for our baby to be in, and then inside that room, it was actually a pretty large room, and they had a TV, and they had a changing station for our baby that was fully stocked with diapers and everything that we needed in the night for him. We had our own bathroom, and then they also would bring us both meals in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evenings. With that though,
Germany, I love that. I love that. Usually here, they got the woman in the bed, but dad doesn't get any. Nobody worried about dad. Anybody. So dad got to sleep in a chair, sleep on a tiny little couch in there that hurts your back. That he's going to hurt sleeping in, or he climb in the bed with mom, but that bed's not that big. So I really shout out Germany. They like, Dad, we ain't forgetting. We gonna get this bed and push it next to your wife's bed. Know what I'm saying? We gonna bring y'all both meals in the morning. We gonna bring y'all both meals in the afternoon. We gonna make sure that both of y'all taken care of while y'all enjoy this. And let me get this bassinet for the baby too. Y'all Germany. Y'all be doing your thing.
Come some of the other questions that we got about pricing. So we had one question on Instagram that literally was just, well, I guess not even a question, it's just kind of a statement. Pricing. And then we also had somebody else who also asked, how high/low are the costs of having a baby/child in Germany? So really, of the entire process, the only thing that we think we're gonna have to pay for as of right now is the family room. We do know that we were quoted 75 euros a night for me to stay in the family room and also have all my meals provided for in the hospital, but that was optional and you don't have to do that if you don't want to. But for the
so they paid extra to have the hospital look out for him too as well. Okay, I assume they probably do offer that in the U.S. But I ain't put me in a couch actually. But if it was just 75 euro a night, I'd be like, yeah, a couple nights, yeah, I'd like that. I'd like to stay here and be comfortable while doing so.
Overall cost of pricing of having a baby, I am going to do another video on that and go into more details once just everything has kind of gotten a little bit clearer for us and I can do more research into that. So I am going to make you wait for an answer on that, but it was 75 euros a night for the family room for me to also have meals and be able to stay with Aubrey and our baby.
But our understanding right now is besides that 75 euros a night for Donnie, that our insurance covers everything else.
Real quick, guys, I want to take one moment just to thank all of our patrons over on Patreon for supporting our channel. And if you guys would
I'm gonna skip the.
So if you just hit that like and subscribe video. But getting back to our experience in the family room and then bringing our food, the German hospital food is terrible.
Atrocious.
It is so bad. And I don't want to say this and pretend like American hospital food is so much better than German hospital food. I don't think it is. I think American hospital food is also generally pretty bad, but Germany?
I think the stuff that gets served to the patient, but I done been into some American cafeterias, you know what I'm saying? You go pay for like a burger or some good stuff, dog, and it's not bad. It's not bad, it's pretty good. But what they be bringing the patients up to their room, I can agree with y'all. It ain't the prettiest of foods.
Set a whole new standard for hospital food. It was wild.
It's terrible. So breakfast, I didn't think it was too bad because I really like German breakfast. It was definitely like a really low quality German breakfast. Just, 2 big rolls and butter, jelly, yogurt.
That's
sometimes, some fruit.
Germany. Yeah, this is a no-go. This is an absolute no-go, dog. Just straight off the jump. You could just brought me a bowl of cereal, big dog, and I'd been happier, to be honest. Cause this, can't do it, dog. I'll take the orange though. I'll do the orange, but them rolls don't look too appetizing. Just cheese, a couple slices of meat.
That's okay. That's fine. Not too bad. And then lunch was always the hot meal. That's where it was the worst.
Oh my God, Germany. I'm not trying to be rude, bro. And I know y'all can say plenty about American food and how fat we is and how much we eat and obesity, but this just don't look good, dog. What is this? What? Nah. I don't know if I'm eating any of this, dog. I truly don't know if I'm eating anything on this plate right now. Oh my heavens. My heavens.
Probably.
The menu that they presented me, I was really actually surprised at just how like stereotypically German a lot of the food was. I don't know why I was surprised by that, but just seeing like Bratwurst and Schnitzel, but it was just like very German food, but also like the Schnitzel is not at all what you would imagine a schnitzel to be, and it was pretty abysmal.
It was like gelatinous. And he got to pick his food because he wasn't the patient.
But then they never even brought me the food that I picked.
Yeah,
so
they just told me what I was getting. Apparently that gelatinous schnitzel was what would be helpful for me after giving birth. Also the hot meal, which is, of course, it was always savory, like salty foods. It always came with a package of sugar.
Showing it.
I don't know why. It wasn't for a drink
Stop
or anything.
showing
It was always a package of sugar.
they would just bring me like water and a packet of sugar.
Yeah.
And I could never figure out what the sugar was for.
Maybe that's a
It was always there.
secret cultural thing we're unaware of. But then dinner was always more like an Abendbrot kind of meal. So there was...
Sandwich.
And that was like it. It
much
was just
it,
a
yeah.
slice of bread, slice of cheese, slice of deli meat.
Yeah.
That's it? Nah, dog. Yeah. It might be the American in me, but I eat more than one sandwich and a pickle, dog. Yeah, I would have been going out. Hey, I'm going to go grab something and I'm going to come back. What you want? All right. I got you. Like, if you won't give me a sandwich, give me a Subway footlong. You feel? I love Germany. I think y'all do got America beat in a lot of ways, but this is hospital food ain't one of them. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
And you're gonna starve for the rest of the night. So one of our big suggestions for sure, which we had seen online and we were very thankful that Aubrey had taken care of doing before we went to delivery, and that was packing a ton of snacks. And we ate so many snacks to try to supplement the German hospital food because, wow, 0 out of 10.
So we arrived on, a Monday night, spent the night, stayed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, left Friday morning. So we had 3 full days, 2 part days.
And I looked up in the US, the typical average stay for a regular birth that is not like a C-section is 24 to 48 hours. And that's it. And a big part of that short duration is the price of hospital stays in the US. People tend to want to get out as quickly as they can. You know, that was something that, like, for both of us, we were debating while we were in the German hospital on how we felt about the long duration. For me personally, I wasn't the one that gave birth, obviously, so this is not my place to say it, but I'm gonna say it was a ridiculously long amount of time to be in the hospital. I was going stir crazy just laying in that bed all day long for as long as we did, but
I disagree. I enjoyed being there that long. Just it made me feel more confident that we knew what we were doing, that our baby was taken care of, and that my postpartum care was taken care of. So I think it was just enough for us.
And it was something that our midwife actually came in and explained to us, was because most of the time that we were in the room, there was literally nothing going on. It wasn't like we were in there and doctors or midwives or nurses were coming and checking on us. We were just in there just alone, just laying there, and then they would bring us our meals and then leave us alone. And she told us that a big part of that is to kind of force us to rest. Because she explained that if you go home, you're gonna be looking around and you're gonna see little things here and there that you want to do when you should just be forcing yourself to lay down. And so we had one question on Instagram that pertains kind of to being able to call the midwives and come and help us whenever we needed help with our babies, and that is, do you feel like...
I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. We're gonna finish the second part tomorrow. But there are very interesting topics in there, and there are very cool things I think about having a birth in Germany. It seems like you're very taken care of. I love the idea of a family room. I love that it wasn't very expensive to get him a bed, to get him food, even though the food didn't look good at all, and they even said it was awful. But 75 euros a night, not bad at all. But that's all we got for part 1. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. It's your boy Neal, out.